Coming up on Coastin' Through Europe.
And here we go. Welcome inside Liseberg.
I'm so ready to ride Helix.
I am blown away by how on earth they managed to fit that thing in there.
That ride should be called Helix.
Yeah, I had absolutely no clue what was happening that entire ride. It put a smile on our faces. What more do you want? Good morning, everyone, from our second stop here in Sweden, also our final day in the country. Very quick trip.
Very quick.
We're at Liseberg.
Yay, it's my first time. I'm very happy.
I'm very happy to be back here. For me, it's been 6 years, but I can't even imagine like the excitement you probably feel. Like this is like a bucket list park for a lot of people.
Yeah, I feel like on the list of major European parks that I hadn't been to, that I was missing, I feel like this was probably the most notable.
I would agree.
Okay.
Absolutely. I mean, you have rides like Helix, Balder, Valkyria, tons of amazing flats. There's a dark ride. The park is just beautiful.
There's bunny.
There's the Liseberg rabbit.
I was greeted with him this morning.
They have walk around characters, and you see people like not wearing the Mickey Mouse ears. They're wearing like the bunny ears. It's really funny.
See, I could see that happening to me today. I'm like rocking around with the ears. We'll see. We'll see.
Well, anyways, if you saw our video from Scar Summerland, then you know we are actually staying at the Liseberg Grand Curiosa Hotel, which is literally right here outside one of the entrances. This plaza is beautiful. We literally just stepped outside the hotel doors, and there's the entrance to the park.
Yeah, it was like a no-brainer to stay here. It's so beautiful. I'm like, my favorite on-site hotels are typically the ones at Walt Disney World, but this is like right up there with them.
Yeah, it is absolutely fantastic. So it's gonna be a great day. They're open like 12 hours today, closing at 10 p.m. I say we go on inside. We got a lot to do. So from here, you can go to the left to start up the hill, or you can stay flat and go towards Valkyria and Balder. Where should we go?
I think we should stay on level ground to start, so let's go that way.
All right, sounds good. So from our gate, we can walk into this plaza and find the entrance to two attractions. We have Balder over here and Valkyria right here. Which one should we do first?
Balder.
Balder? Oh, you want a prefab.
I do. I'm sorry. And I address for the occasion.
I was going to say, we literally rode that like 3 days ago, 4 days ago.
Yes.
That's kind of funny, actually.
I know. And now I'm like, when we get home, I got to find a way to go ride El Toro.
Well, anyways, let's go for a ride on Balder. This is definitely going to be the tamest of the four in existence. As you can see, it is nowhere near the tallest, and it still has a bunch of airtime, though.
Please go down the safety bar and buckle your seatbelts. Please go down the safety bar and buckle your seatbelts.
We just did 2 laps there on Balder, and it was better than I remember, but we'll get to that later. What do you think for your first time?
So, like we said, I already did classes of the day, so I learned, okay, don't compare it to El Toro. So just looking at it as its own roller coaster, not thinking about it as like an Intamin prefab or whatever, or a sister coaster to El Toro, it's fun. It's very smooth, it's very family friendly, which is different than what I'm used to when I hear Intamin prefab. Wooden coasters work really well as like family oriented coasters because they don't really go upside down. It's very rare you find a wood coaster that goes upside down, RMC. But I think that you could ride this with like your whole family without anybody being uncomfortable or having it be too much for anybody.
I remember my first time being pretty underwhelmed with it because I didn't realize that it was going to be like that because I did not get to ride Colossus my first time at Hyde Park. And so this was my second Intamin prefab.
Yeah.
So coming to that from El Toro, I was like, wow, that was disappointing. So after now knowing what to expect, I would say I found it to be more enjoyable than I remember. Because actually...
When you don't compare, it's better.
Yes, when you sit towards the back, there are quite a few really good airtime moments. The drop is actually pretty awesome. That first camelback is pretty awesome.
Yeah.
And then the rest of it is like a lot of floater hills, but it's fun. Like you do come up out of your seat every single time.
Yeah, again, this is something that everyone can ride, whereas El Toro, I feel like you have to have at least some affinity for thrill to be able to handle it, because it is a lot. This is much more re-rideable and tamer.
Can we just say every time it goes around, it sounds exactly like El Toro, just like the way it just flies over the hills, like the upstops hitting the track. It's such a good, it's very pleasing.
How do I make that my white noise when I go to bed at night?
Just airtime.
Wait.
There it is. That's so good. All right, so while we're right here next door, let's go hop on Valkyria, which will be both of our first times. Valkyria is listed at a 30 to 40 minute wait. Something else we have to mention, they do have a virtual queue that they offer here at Liseberg, which is kind of cool. They do it like through the app. So for Valkyria, all loose items have to go in a locker. It is 5 Swedish krona, and then you put your stuff in and hop in the queue immediately afterwards. So nothing can be brought in the line with you. We're switching to the phone while our cameras are in the locker. We're entering the station and queue area for Valkyria. It is set up to look like a stave church. We have a test seat right here. Of course, Valkyria does have the vests. To the left is the virtual queue, and here's the regular queue. Never mind, we're hopping in the single rider line, which we didn't even know existed. The guy said it was very, very short, so we're literally just bypassing everyone. We'll have to ride separate, but it's whatever. This is where the line is, literally where the grouper is. So meaning we are actually waiting nothing.
Literally, yeah, we could probably do this a few times.
Yeah, I am totally fine rewriting this a couple times because it's this short. Here we are, we've been assigned our rows. I got the front. Sarah, what'd you get?
I got second, but I'm getting on first.
So you're getting the credit first, but I'm getting the better row.
Yeah, but I still have the credit before you do, and I have that minute of glory where I have something over you.
I'm happy for you. I'll just bask in the view. We just did 2 laps there on Valkyria because the single rider line is non-existent.
Yeah,
like there's no one there. I swear people don't even know it exists.
Yeah, which it's pretty well labeled, so maybe people just would prefer to just wait it out with their friends and family.
But 40 minutes potentially, wait right now, or walk on where you might get the front row, 6 seats across. So it's very smart of them to have a single rider line. We also didn't mind doing it back to back because we had to pay to put our stuff in a locker. But I had a realization afterwards. I was like, 5 krona. How much is that in US dollars? It's 50 cents.
Yeah, it's
That's
nothing.
how much a locker is. That's literally a fourth of the cost of some parks where they're $2 per locker or $3 per locker.
Yep.
So Liseberg, you know what? I'll pay the 50 cents to put my stuff away.
I got no problems with it.
So the ride experience, I thought it was pretty good.
I thought it was really good. He's like, oh, it's so smooth. I'm like, yeah, because it's 6 years old.
Yeah, new B&Ms, not smooth. Old B&Ms, smooth.
It's not that it's not like they're rough, okay? I feel like we have to clarify that. But there's just this way that you glide on these older B&M tracks that there's literally, it doesn't even feel like a roller coaster sometimes. It's so perfectly smooth. I'm very impressed that they managed to fit it in where Matugani was. I don't understand how that's possible.
Yeah, if you didn't know that when this ride opened, it replaced their old Intamin hydraulic launch coaster, Kanonen, which now we've ridden at Lost Island. So that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
And we're like, that ride that we've been on used to be right here.
Yeah.
But this ride is a spectacle. It looks great on the pathways, and it rides well. When you do the single rider line, you're pretty much put on the right end seat every single time. And when we crested over, to stare down the first drop, I'm looking at it, I'm like,
are we going to fit in there?
are we going to fit through this tunnel? It is a small tunnel. They filled up with mist, so you get misted every single time you go through, but it's tight. That's tight clearance, man.
Yeah, definitely. I really liked it. I'm excited to do some of the other stuff in the park. But I imagine this is like in the top 3 here, right? Probably.
Yeah. Oh, sure. Yeah. I mean, it's this Balder and Helix. Although a lot of people really like Lisebergbanan.
That's fair, but I also want to give props that they painted this such beautiful colors. Like the gold with like the really, really light blue is beautiful.
Yes.
Everything in this park, they picked really nice colors, and I appreciate that.
Yeah, I also really like that they went with this whole Nordic theme for this area because Balder came first, and then they added Loki, and then they added Valkyria, and so now it's this whole like
Complete
Viking
area, yeah.
style, Nordic mythology theme. And it just fits. All the buildings look amazing. The Stave Church Station, like
it's so
everything is so cool. They did a great job with this area. So here's something we've been seeing all over Liseberg. There are these midway games where you can win these giant boxes of candy. That is wild. And just to clarify, I don't think it's one big candy bar. I'm pretty sure it's just filled with a bunch of smaller ones. But still, they are all over the park. Look, this guy won one. Lunchtime, of course, we had to get Max. How is it?
It's very good.
This is like a Frisco sandwich. The fries are very, very salty, and they have like their own special sauce. It's good stuff. Something I've always appreciated about the Sweden parks, free refills. Most of Europe isn't like that. The UK is like that too, but yeah, just the soda fountain is right out here in the open, so they give you a cup and you just fill up your drink whenever you want. Welcome to the top of the hill in a section called Luna Park. This right here is Luna, the newest roller coaster to open here at Liseberg, and it is just in one of the most gorgeous areas of any theme park anywhere. I cannot believe how pretty this area is.
Like, look at all the flowers.
I know. Honestly, it's even prettier than last time I was here, because obviously Luna wasn't here. There's a Zamperla Nebulas right over there. That looks super cool.
This is one of the most beautiful theme parks I've ever seen in my life.
100%.
And, the fact that you're on top of the hill and you can look down and see everything as well. Every coaster enthusiast loves to see top-down views of coasters. You can't always do that. Here, it's like built into it. It's great.
Fantastic. So let's go for a ride on their brand new Vekoma Family Boomerang Luna. So for this ride, we did make a virtual queue. So we are bypassing the 40 to 50 minute wait and just walking through the main entrance, and then it'll split off for the virtual queue. This is the line we are bypassing. Definitely glad we don't have to wait for this, because obviously it is just one train. And what are they playing in the queue?
Well, that time I heard E.T. I think I heard maybe something like Jurassic Park earlier. I don't know.
Okay, so we're just going with Steven
Islands of
Spielberg,
Adventure.
Classics. Look at this station. Wow, it literally looks like an observatory. This is so cool. There's theming on the other side. Yeah, wow. These ride vehicles are so beautiful.
Colors and like the design, it's just, everything about this ride is just unbelievably gorgeous. And it's a family boomerang, which they're great rides. But I love that even for the rides for like kids and stuff, they're like, let's make it just gorgeous. Because I feel like that's not always the case at parks.
That may be just a Vekoma Family Boomerang, but I am blown away by how on earth they managed to fit that thing in there.
Yeah, it's like right in the center of the track for Lisebergbanan, and I'm like trying to figure out how they would even begin to construct the ride, let alone just like to fit it in at all, period. Like, who even thought, like, oh, that's the spot for the station, and then we'll just wrap the track all around the hill.
Yeah, there's literally one section of track going over the ride station, and then right as the station ends and you like drop off that little bunny hill, then you have track going like underneath it, so then the family boomerang passes over it, and then it goes right up against Helix's launch section.
It's
I'm
crazy.
Like, how did you even find like placement for footers there? Like, I'm just like,
This place is like a Planet Coaster Park. Like, it was, it was like, how much can we fit into this, like, land? This is it. It reminds me of Gunneland.
yes, yeah, wildly impressive. They just build rides on top of rides and still make it look beautiful.
Oh, it's gorgeous. I like, you and I were walking different ways at one point. I guess you took the escalator up, right?
Yeah.
I like walked through the parts with the stairs through the woods, and it was just, people are just like hanging out back there, like chilling out, getting a break from all the hustle and bustle, and I'm just like, this is gorgeous. I didn't even mind walking up all the steps.
I'm telling you, just look at this. Like, the footers surround the pathway, and they're right up against Helix. It's so nuts. Since we're right near Luna, we made a virtual queue for Aerospin. Sarah's never done one of these where it's in this format.
No, I mean, I've done like a Skyfly, but I've never done one where it's like,
A tower.
no.
Yeah.
And I've never gotten one to flip, ever.
Really?
No.
Well,
I totally suck. I hope today is the one day I get it all the way up there.
we'll see. Yeah, there's not too many variations of this. Like, I know there's one at Canada's Wonderland and stuff, but the Skyfly overall is a lot more popular. Unfortunately, Sarah, today was not your day. Unfortunately for me, it wasn't my day either. Neither one of us could flip.
I know. Although I did get some cool crossovers from up there. I saw like Helix and the Schwarzkopf like, whoop, like right next to each other. It was really cool.
Yeah, good views, but for whatever reason, that one was a lot harder to flip.
Maybe you're just losing your touch.
No, that's not
I
it.
think that
The one
could
at
be.
Global Village, I flipped like 40 times. It was so good. Anyways, while we were up there, Sarah, you made a great comment of something they
I
should
did?
add here. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I did. That was brilliant, wasn't it? I said they should add one of those like sky bar things that they had at Park Ash Street. You buy a drink at the bottom, and it takes you up there, and it's like a rotating bar, like slash observation area. Hello. It's
That-
like, it would be amazing, and it's small, it would fit.
Yeah, they are tight on land, and that one would be just so nice there. You put it on top of the hill, tiny footprint, good views. I guarantee you it would be popular.
Either that or just add cup holders to the Skyfly for people who aren't gonna flip, who could just bring a cocktail up there and spin around for a while.
That one's not a brilliant idea. And so up we go to the top of the hill where Helix is.
Helix, it's the thing.
It's the thing.
With the song.
With the song. Da-na-na-na, da-na, da-da-da. Oh, it's so good.
You know, it's way better when Emisport does it than when you do it. Just
Thanks
saying.
for that. And here we go. Let's go for a ride on this Mock Rides multi-launch coaster. And here we are in the station for Helix. I hear the music blasting. We're about to ride in the front row.
It's so, dude, the soundtrack is so hyped.
We just did not one, not two, but 3 back-to-back rides on Helix because it is that good.
Yeah, it really is. So, like, this was one that could have easily been overhyped because I feel like it's talked about so much. But it actually felt like it delivered, and I think my expectations were lower because so many people talk so badly about the launches. And while those were not anything to write home about, the layout is fantastic.
It was better than I remembered. I think that my first couple rides, I just couldn't get over how bad the launches are. Don't get me wrong, they're pathetic. Our first ride was in the back, and you came off and you were like, where were the launches? I thought you said this was a launch coaster. And I'm like, they're there.
I was like 50% joking, but 50% also like, wait, did I miss it? Like,
yes, you did. Yeah, because you don't feel like a boost. Like, all it is just to keep the train's momentum going. But once you look past that, the layout is fantastic. Like,
it's really cool. It's very diverse.
It's very diverse. It is forceful. It's a total terrain coaster, so you're just weaving over attractions like many of the other rides here at Liseberg, but Helix just does it so well. It is a long ride, okay? Like, think about how constricted this park is on space. The fact that they fit in a long ride like that is wildly impressive.
No excuses, big parks. If
Yeah.
they can fit a big ride in, so can you.
Yeah, this thing is actually, like, amazing. It is a lot better than I remember.
I don't understand the name. Sorry, I had to interrupt you really there because we're standing in front of the Helix sign, and I seem to remember lots of airtime moments, lots of inversions, lots of laterals, but I don't remember a Helix anywhere in the mix.
I think it's just a cool name, and that's okay. Yeah, Helix does not have a Helix.
I'm going to make a ride that has just airtime and call it inverted.
And good thing we did it when we did, because it is now a 50 to 60 minute wait, and they are all out of virtual queue times for the day. So we'll probably come back to this a bit later, and hopefully the line will die down. Now here's a cool opportunity. Welcome to the garage at Helix. The kind people at Liseberg are allowing us to watch the crews transfer train onto the track. There it goes. Helix normally operates with 3 trains. Right now it is 2, but it's soon to be 3. That is cool. Not the first mock coaster that we've seen this happen for. Remember we did this at Alpina Blitz.
I remember that.
Negloland. This is so nerdy. Like, there's a seat back right there. Here's some pieces of lap bar. Just all the tools and equipment that they need. More pieces right there for lap bars. There it goes. Bye, train. If you're looking for Helix merchandise, this is pretty much the only shirt that they offer. The Helix experience. It's not bad, personally. Not for me, though. I wish that they had more options. Because this is a ride worthy of good merchandise, for sure. Upswing It is the S&S Scream and Swing. It is.
I like the accent. Upswing It.
I have to. It is located on the edge of the hillside, and so you like swing out over the edge, looking down at the ground below.
It's freaking cool. It's like the closest thing, at least that I can think of, to like the one at Glenwood where you like go out over a cavern, although this is quite a bit tamer than that. But still, there's not many that like really use the terrain like this. I feel like most of them that I've done are on relatively flat ground, when like the ride at its full potential is way more frightening when it is going off some kind of cliff, right? At least I think so.
Yeah, I agree, for sure. That's why I like the one at Busch Gardens Williamsburg, because I like that it's like over water. So
yeah.
This one's a fun one, for sure. So that right there is the Helix brake run. This is the Helix maintenance barn. And this is a massive Ferris wheel. We're gonna go do that.
I wanna see everything.
You will.
Cause like it's seeing downward from the top of the hill, cool. Now I need to see the top of the hill from on top of something else.
I like that.
And then we need to find...
Somebody to look down on the Ferris wheel.
Correct.
We've entered our pod. What does it have?
It has air conditioning. So they are capable of doing that in Europe. to get off.
Good views though. Good views.
Incredible views.
So nice. I love the atmosphere and walking along the streets of Liseberg. Everything's just so pristine. It gives like Main Street Magic Kingdom vibes.
Yeah, it's beautiful. I just went to the gift shops, and all I want is so there says Liseberg on it. And there's not a single thing that has Liseberg written on it, like shirt or sweatshirt or anything wise. I'm like,
Yeah.
how does that make sense?
Welcome
Like,
to most European theme parks.
I just don't get it. Like, if you're like a big brand, wouldn't you want people wearing your company name on it?
See, you would think.
Doesn't that make like?
Correct, it does make sense, but that's the thing, it makes too much sense. We stopped for a snack. We got some loaded fries. There's also falafel and what's the name of the cheese thing?
Halloumi.
There's Houdini in here. There's another Max here in the park. That's 3 I've counted. One by Helix, one by Valkyria, and then one here in this area. That's so wild. This kids area is so whimsical. Like the colors, the designs, everything is like just so lively and fresh and I don't know.
And full of bunnies.
Full of bunnies.
There's a lot of bunnies here. A lot of green bunnies.
This is so Scandinavian of them. I absolutely love it. This whole area is just stunning. Did I say that already? I feel like I've said that already. But it's probably about a different area of the park. But I mean, I can't help it. This place is just so insane. Even the restaurants here are just so elaborately themed.
We just stumbled in here and I'm like, oh my god.
This is insane. Look, they have like actual flames here, like at candlelight on the dinner table.
The American in me wants to play with the fire.
Hotel Gasten is a haunted house, open year-round at Liseberg.
I'm
You ready?
excited, yeah.
Gonna get scared?
Probably.
That is an amazing haunted house that would be so much better if they didn't have a completely ridiculous policy in place for how you're supposed to go through it.
Yeah, so you have to hold on to the shoulders of the person in front of you. The person in front of me was someone I didn't know, but she's fine. But if you've ever walked in like that kind of fashion, you're literally like trying not to step on the person in front of you
And
the
all-
entire time that you can't focus. Like all I was doing was staring at my feet, making sure I didn't step on this poor man that didn't know me.
And also, the people in front were going kind of fast, so you're like struggling
Getting
to
pulled.
keep up.
Yeah, you're like trying to hold on to the person, and like my hands were getting kind of clammy because I was getting nervous. And then I'm like, oh my god, my hands are like sweaty on this random person's shoulders. I'm like, I can't enjoy this because I'm too busy focused.
And then
on
if you
everything
let
else.
go, then the scare actors tell you, they're like, no, grab on.
Yeah, I let go for a second, and they were like, you have to hold on, and I was like, why?
It's just like, I don't know, I just wish you went through like a normal line. Like, I feel like it's because they don't want people to accidentally like touch the other actors, but I feel like they also tell you at the beginning, like, don't touch anything or anyone in there. So I feel like
Which is fine.
you should just go through like every other haunted house, and then you don't have to necessarily go through at this, like, again, a really fast pace because the person in the very front that's leading the whole line is just charging
Pulling
through, and I'm like,
everybody.
I want to like, look, I'm not gonna like, stop dead in my tracks and like look around, but I want to take my time looking through it, all this amazing scenery, because it is a really good haunted house, really long walk through.
Yeah, I just spent literally the entire time just trying to hold on and keep up, and I feel like I missed a lot, so that's kind of a bummer. But from what I did see, it was really freaking cool.
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of actors in there, a lot of good scares. The scenery is world class. There's some really cool rooms in there.
Some guy blew in my ear.
Yeah.
That's not something you see every day.
There's a whole room that's like half underwater. That was nuts.
Yeah,
it was
that's
so
so cool.
freaking cool.
I know, but again, we got dragged through I imagine like a dog that like just doesn't feel like walking, and you're like, come on. Like,
Yeah,
that's how I
on a
felt.
leash.
I was like, I'm
That's
trying.
pretty accurate, yeah. If I was a kid, I would love this play area. This is so fun.
So colorful. There's so much going on. I love it.
Yeah, they just do an incredible job with this park. Like all the details and everything. Look at this windmill. That is fantastic.
It's giving children's Moulin Rouge.
Yeah, a little bit. Next up is the dark ride. We are using a virtual queue to skip the non-existent line.
So we definitely didn't need it.
Well, when I booked it, it was the only thing that was available, and it said it had a 30-minute wait. I guess that 30-minute wait is now gone.
Well, I think a lot of kids probably went home now. This reminds me of like the old days of Mickey's Toontown Fair and like being in Mickey and Minnie's house. Like 100%. Where's the house?
Yeah, it's a full house.
It's really cute. We are definitely the only adults without children in here right now, though.
I think we're going down to the Vaults of Gringotts. So this is the last new attraction for me to experience here, because this ride was added after my visit in 2018. I'm excited to get on it. And it's a classic dark ride, not a shooting dark ride.
Aw.
Wow, look, it's the rabbit. Look at him. Is that Briar Rabbit? Oh, wow. That looks delicious. Oh, no. What?
Oh, we're about to hit a double down.
What is going on?
This is so good.
This is awesome. Notice there's no words during this attraction. It's just going on. Like, what even is this? He's in an outhouse. What?
Yeah, their pants were down around their ankle.
Oh my gosh. What is going on?
No idea, but I like it.
Look at them all. They're having dinner. Rabbits, rabbits, and more rabbits.
What is this though? Is it a poop?
I don't know.
It looks kind of
I
like
mean,
it's a poop.
they were on the toilet several times
Oh,
actually.
so is this like the souvenir poop from the toilet?
Yeah, probably.
If you really like the ride, you could buy the antagonist without pants.
Yeah, I had absolutely no clue what was happening that entire ride, but I'm really glad we did it.
I liked it. I don't really care. I like when dark rides are that well put together, where there's that many practical effects and like animatronics and everything, and it's not just like a screen-based shooting ride or something. I get so excited. I don't care if I know what the heck is going on. I'm just happy to be there.
No, that has every like element that makes a good dark ride, in that it's like 99% practical effects. Only screens are used as an enhancement. There's so many just moving parts. Like you look around and there's tons of stuff just going on.
So many bunnies without pants on.
And it put a smile on our faces. What more do you want? Lisebergbanan is up next. Only has about a 20 to 30 minute wait. You've been watching this go like all throughout the day.
Yeah,
And
it's like a weird Franken coaster because it was technically made by Zero, but it's like a Schwarzkopf model. I don't really know what that means, but it looks fun.
yeah, and
It's like
it
a
is-
million trains.
Yep, a lot of trains, and it's a big terrain coaster. They modeled this station to look like a train station. It's like you're climbing aboard a railway. There's even a ton of suitcases on the other side. And a mirror. Look, there we are. Lisebergbanan is so quirky and full of personality. I love it.
So that ride should be called Helix, more so than Helix, because that ride is 3 helices.
It's like 4. There's like 3 back to back, and then there's another one like at the end.
Yeah, it's literally like you just keep going past the same area over and over again. I was like looking at it and I'm like, what?
Some kid just gave us these chocolates while we were filming that. Anyways,
Cool.
Back to what we were saying. That is such a cool ride because you start at the bottom, take this crazy climb up to the top, huge lift hill, and then you're like at ground level, and so you're just like, you don't go too high off the ground almost the entire ride.
Yeah.
It's really neat. You're just like spiraling down slowly towards the bottom.
I just love the use of terrain. It's
Yeah.
really good.
It's really, really impressive.
Oh, it's like a wafer.
Oh, cool. I'm excited to try it in a little bit. And you also get a good amount of speed, and when we sat towards the back, we got some airtime pops.
We did. What was up with that? There was like 3 moments that I was like, oh, uh-oh.
Yeah, did not expect that at all.
And seriously, those brakes, that is just mean. I got hit right in the ribs.
Yeah, it's just like, ugh.
Yeah, it literally feels like getting punched. And I was like, what did I do to deserve that today?
As the sun is going down here, let's go for another ride on Valkyria single rider line. Because why not? But first, back to lockers. So that time I got put in the back row. Sarah went back to the hotel room to grab a jacket because you can do that.
I was gonna say,
because
it's so
close.
It's so convenient. I was like, I'll just pop back into the room, and I like did something on my computer really quick, and I'm like, all right, back into the park in less than 15 minutes.
Yeah,
Boom.
very handy. No, that ended up being the longest single rider line I waited in, which is literally just like a handful of people. Conveniently, I got the one row that I was missing, which was the back row. And you know how I mentioned earlier that because of the way the single rider line is set up, you pretty much exclusively get put on the right, like far edge seat. This time, the left far edge seat was left open because the person who was in the front decided they didn't want it. And so I got to try out the other side, and so that was kind of neat.
Was that any different?
No, actually it is, because of the way that like some of the inversions feel like you go around them instead of like under them, like, you know, you're taking a wider radius of a turn.
Okay,
So
fair.
I like that. There's also 2 near misses that I feel like completely glossed over. On the overbank, you get so close to the lift hill.
Yeah.
Like it just is, I mean, it's probably inches. And then the last inversion, it threads through the supports.
Because they're
and
like,
that's
there's
really cool.
barely any room here for this, so we're gonna like make the smallest clearance envelope we possibly can.
Yeah, the brake run is like a foot or 2 away from Balder. It's very, very impressive.
Where are we going?
Where are we going?
Yes. Are we going up the
We are
hill?
going up the mountain. We are going to end our day with several rides, hopefully, on Helix. So here's a funny story for you. The first time I came to Liseberg, I did not know that this was the entrance to Helix because I just saw the sign for Atmosphere and completely missed the sign directly underneath for Helix. And so I was just walking around like, how do I get to Helix? And I was like, oh, there it is.
We're headed to the upper part.
This is what I like to see. No one in these switchbacks.
Their operations are like so fast here. I think they're running like 3 trains on this thing. So
Yeah, definitely.
it probably isn't that long of a line.
And here we go. Was most likely our last ride of the day here, the back car of Helix. The park is looking real quiet now. I think we're the last ones to leave.
I think so. We got like the last ride on Helix.
We actually ended up riding more than once, which I completely did not expect, but they were sending another train in, so we were like, all right, let's do it. There were some empty seats, and that was just a great way to end things out. It was not a total night ride because it gets dark so late here that you really need the park to be open till 11 in order to get a true night ride. But this was close.
Well, even now it's still like not fully dark, and it's
Yeah.
probably close to 11 at this point.
It's crazy, but yeah. We now have the park to ourselves, not for long though, because we are exiting Liseberg for the day.
So we're gonna hit up the pizza buffet. That happens at the end of the night.
Yes, yeah, if you stay here, it's like $15 US, and you just get as much as you want.
It's just a cheap buffet for a hotel at this scale.
Honestly,
I'm all about
The
it.
prices here are really good.
They
I've
are.
been like really impressed with that.
I agree. Excuse me, sir. May I squeeze by?
Oh, yep, there he goes. Well, I'm sure you're all looking at this and wondering, what the heck is that? Well, the answer is it's a mishmash of everything into one small plate. Try to fit as much as we could.
Yeah, because they were like done for the night. Like we got like the last spot, and they're like, you just take a plate. All right.
Just fill
Stack
it
it
with
up.
as much as you can. So
I even ended up with pancakes.
why they sold pancakes for this is beyond me. But yeah, there's pineapple on pizza, which is delicious, and that's the only correct answer to that statement. We have chicken, there's chips, pasta, there's fries under there. It's all really good, especially the pineapple on pizza.
I took a pancake to go.
Whatever. Let's go to sleep. I'm tired. That was a fantastic day. Like, I don't want to leave. I had such a good time.
I know. I definitely could do like a 2-day park
I
trip
think
here.
so, yeah. And it was with long hours. Like, imagine if they closed at 5 like everyone else.
Oh, I'd be pissed. There's too much to do here. But honestly, there's too much to do at all the other parks too, and they still close early. So
Yeah.
take a lesson, guys.
Yeah, I love that. I love the long hours. I love that we got to see a bit of the park at night. I thought that was really, really cool.
It's so pretty. I love all the lighting. It's so nice.
Yeah, even like Helix, when that goes around, we watched as the train had like the white siding and then it would change to green as it goes through like certain elements, like stuff like that. It's like it's little details that I think are like really, really cool. Also, the ride was running faster. It was really good.
It was. I literally got off. I was like, ooh, that was a little spicier this time around.
Yeah, yeah. No, I was definitely satisfied with how that ended. That was a pretty epic conclusion to our day. Tomorrow, we are waking up early to fly to Alton Towers. We're going to try Nemesis again.
This is so ridiculous. I'm literally sitting here all day and I'm like, we're going to be at Alton Towers in like 12 hours from now. Like, that's ridiculous.
Yeah, this is pretty absurd. We obviously were not planning on going back to Alton Towers on this trip, but
No, never mind.
after that thing that we, went there for didn't open, we're like, well, we have to fly out of London no matter what. And so we're like, we could build in a little buffer time. And actually it's working out because also within the past 2 days, Drayton Manor finally opened up their new roller coaster. So it seems like we'll be going after all. So 2 more days to the trip that we didn't originally plan, which is funny because we weren't even supposed to be here at Liseberg. But
I know. We just keep... This is the problem. And I'm sure everyone's noticed this. That Taylor and I, while being a wonderful match, are also very toxic in the sense that we keep egging each other on to go more places.
Oh, what's 1 more day?
Yeah.
Oh, 2 more days. Oh, easy.
Well, we can throw that country in. Like we just stop there. But, like, what if we also add, like, 3 more days?
We don't know how to stop. So, yeah, we were supposed to originally fly back to the U.S. after Hamburg, but we're keeping the party rolling, and hopefully you guys are here for it, because I am. I'm having a great time.
I'm having a great time, too, but I know the moment that I step through the apartment door, I'm going to just die.
Oh, yeah.
On the floor.
Yeah, yeah. There's that side of me, but there's also the side of me that's like, no, let's do another month. Like, crap, we're already here. Like, sure.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah. So, anyways, tomorrow will be fun. So, we'll show you guys what that is like. We're flying from Gothenburg to Manchester, and then we're going to ride over to Alton Towers. It's going to be a shorter day at the park because of the morning flight. So, but we're literally just going for 1 ride.
Why is it always Manchester? Why can't it be like Womanchester?
You need to go to bed.
I'm
All
going to
right.
call it that. We're
You're-
flying to Womanchester.
No, go to sleep. All right. Thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you next time.